Brandon Ingram has been a disappointment thus far, now in his third full season, has not taken the next step or elevated his game to become an all-star caliber player. We'll have plenty of work to do, especially being in the tough-loaded Western Conference. It won't be surprising if Ingram never becomes an all-star. How's it going, guys? My name's Wilson. Brandon Ingram has received plenty of criticism for his inconsistency and struggles in the first quarter of the season. Now being alongside LeBron James, Ingram was supposed to be the second fiddle, a 20-plus point scorer, and looked upon as the Lakers' second best player, but Kyle Kuzma's a lot better right now. Over his first 20 games of the season, the 6'9" shooting guard / small forward's been putting up 15.2 points, 4 rebounds on 47% shooting. Very solid numbers, but before the start of the season, the Lakers front office even said Brandon's the only Laker player who's untouchable, with many talks that he will become a first-time All-Star and amongst the most improved before LeBron's arrival. One of the reasons Ingram hasn't improved is because of his mediocre shooting. With LeBron as the primary ball handler, his lack of rebounding, defensive issues, and inconsistency will continue to put him in trade rumors, taking plenty of heat, getting all the attention playing alongside James. Comparing him to Kevin Durant because of their similarities in size and length were unfair expectations to live up to. The 21-year-old still has a long way to go. He's certainly not a bust as of now, still has plenty of potential to become an excellent player. With that said, here are all the players from the 2016 NBA draft class better than Brandon Ingram right now. Pascal Siakam, one of the young breakout players in the league. It's safe to say Siakam was the biggest steal in the 2016 draft class, selected 27th overall, putting up averages of over 14.5 points, 6.5 rebounds as the starting power forward for the best team in the Eastern Conference. The 24-year-old is averaging twice as many points compared to a season ago, way more efficient than Ingram right now. The 6'9" forward only failed to reach double figures in points in only 5 of 28 games, no longer seen as a complementary piece, but rather an effective and viable third option behind Kyle Lowry and Kawhi Leonard, making over 61% of his shots. Brandon Ingram has yet to take that step for the Lakers. Makes timely winning plays, his energy and effort makes the Raptors a way better team, doing all the little things that don't appear on the box score. If he continues his brilliance on the court, Pascal Siakam will be the difference maker whether or not the Raptors get to the finals. Caris LeVert. Thankfully, after his horrific looking injury, LeVert's expected to return this season, someone the Nets desperately missed to close out games. The 24-year-old small forward was also a high candidate for most improved player during the first month of the season, led Brooklyn in scoring, putting up 18.4 points on 47.5% shooting. A reliable option down the stretch, can create his own shots, make plays, was the best player on his team while on the floor. If it wasn't for his injury, he had potential to even make the All-Star team this season. The Nets trading Daddy is Young for the 20th pick in selecting LeVert was one of the few things the Nets franchise actually did right this decade. Brooklyn has struggled mightily after his injury, blowing multiple huge fourth quarter leads over and over again with nobody knowing how to effectively close out games. He's a way more reliable go-to scorer than Ingram right now. In the midst of a breakout year, there is no question Caris LeVert is hungry to bounce back stronger than ever and prove to the world he's an all-star caliber player. Malcolm Brogdon. The former Rookie of the Year continues to be a solid role player for the Bucks, averaging over 15 a game, shooting 43 of 44 from the line, over 48% from 3 thus far this season. As a way better shooter than Ingram, the 6'5" guard's an important piece to Milwaukee's success. Although I do believe Ingram will surpass him as a better player within the next year or two, Brogdon is more poised, more reliable, has a better IQ, and a better defender than Ingram right now, scheduled to be an unrestricted free agent next season. He's the type of guy that doesn't need to score to be effective. It's a better fit with LeBron than Ingram as well. Jamal Murray. The 21-year-old is capable of playing the 1 and the 2, putting up 18 a game as the leading scorer for the Nuggets is also a way better fit than Ingram for LeBron, can create his own shot just as well as Ingram if not better, very solid with his fundamentals, offers much more off the ball as a shooter. His ability to create and hit timely shots is more valuable than any individual facet of Ingram's game right now. Ingram does have a higher ceiling at 6'9" and a 7'3" wingspan, should be a more complete player only if he puts in the work. If you can choose either one of them in a 7-game series right now, give me Jamal Murray. Buddy Hield, quietly having a breakout season, getting his game together. The 25-year-old shooting guard's putting up almost 19 points a game, 5.4 rebounds, shooting over 42% from 3. One of the deadliest shot makers when he's hot, is a critical part of the Kings' rebuilding process. As a high-volume shooter who can score from anywhere on the floor, his efficiency separates him from his competition. New Orleans probably regretted giving up on him so early, somebody the Pelicans can desperately use right now. Fitting perfectly in the up-tempo style, his lethal shooting has opened the floor for others. He'd also be a better fit for the Lakers than Ingram. If I was Magic Johnson and I had the chance to trade Ingram for Hield, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Jaylen Brown, drafted a pick right after Ingram. The Celtics also selected Jason Tatum as the 3rd overall pick the year after. Who's a better player than Lonzo Ball right now? Ingram and Brown is one of the most compelling debates, but Brown has done more with the Celtics than Ingram's done with the Lakers. A better complementary player who's also better than Ingram on defense. Brown has better shot selection and more reliable to knock down open shots. Ingram's perhaps a little too confident in the beginning of the season, refused to come off the bench, while Brown accepted his role as the 6th man, drawing Boston's mixing and matching lineups. Even though he's off to a slow start for the Celtics, he recently dropped 23 coming off the bench against the Bulls. Most experts would likely choose Ingram going forward over Brown, but as of right now, Jaylen Brown is more polished with his game and has been way more effective over his first 2.5 seasons. Ben Simmons. Despite not having any jumper, his presence, playmaking, and vision far exceeds any of Ingram's skills. Both are nearly the same height. Even though Ingram is viewed as just a scorer, Simmons is even averaging a little more points than Ingram this season. Is a way better defender, rebounder, and passer than Ingram. Ben is also viewed as a franchise player, only a decent jump shot away from becoming a superstar. While Ingram might never become an all-star, if both the 1st and 2nd pick of the 2016 draft would be on the same team, the offense will clearly be run around Simmons, while Ingram will just be a role player. Going forward, I don't see Simmons versus Ingram as much of a comparison. Ben Simmons, Jaylen Brown, Buddy Hield, Jamal Murray, Brandon, Caris LeVert, and Pascal Siakam are all the players from the 2016 draft class better than Brandon Ingram at this moment. Simmons will likely become a first-time All-Star, while these other guys would fit better with the Lakers under LeBron James than Ingram does right now. Despite Brandon only being 21 years old, if he continues to develop, he has a chance to become better than everyone on this list besides Simmons. A lot of people will continue to be optimistic, waiting for Ingram to finally break out. The question is, when? Will Brandon Ingram become a future All-Star? Will he be traded within the next year? Or will he end up being a disappointment? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I talk NBA comparisons, amazing storylines, NBA history, and anything basketball that will interest you. If you love the NBA, subscribe to my channel. More great stuff coming soon. See you next time.